guys, so a lot of you have been asking what to do if you don't have access to Rhino on your computer for whatever reason. Some of you might not be able to access it because your computer isn't fast enough or because you're on a tablet, etc. So I just want to show you guys another way that you can get access to the program without having to download it, and that's through the LaunchPad. So in order to access the LaunchPad, which is a super useful tool, and I will briefly talk about it as well, you can just go to the main page of Pratt, click on the Back to Pratt icon here, and then you go down to Teaching and Learning. And in Teaching and Learning, once you click that, you'll see here that then on the tab, there's a side called Tools, Support, and Training. That'll take you to this page. If you, for whatever reason, can't find this page, you can also just Google search it by typing one Pratt and then Pratt and LaunchPad, and also, one of the first links that will show up is this one. But once you're here, you'll see that there is this information about all the new technologies that we have pushed out for this semester. And a really important one and a super useful one, hopefully, that you guys will use a lot for your 4 years here is one Pratt. So when you go ahead and click on this, it will launch one Pratt. If you're not logged in to your My Pratt account, it will automatically, right before this page, ask you to log in. So that's just input your username and password, and then this will launch. And once you're in one Pratt, you'll notice there's a whole bunch of icons. You can arrange these however you want, but there's essentially icons for academics, resources, safety and wellness, campus life, tech, discussions, etc. So basically, it's the idea is that this is your one-stop solution for all of your sort of digital needs and connections with the school. Whether that ends up happening or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I think it's very promising and it's super exciting. And if you go to the technology tab, although you can see it right here, but if you go to the technology tab, you'll see that there's an icon called LaunchPad, which you can also access right here. And so what that is that when you click that, it's going to bring you to this page. And what LaunchPad is it's a cloud-based streaming service that essentially opens up a virtual computer that runs any of these programs for you through your browser. And so, for example, I've asked you guys to use Rhino. So you would then, after LaunchPad, click on the Rhino app. And that, when you click on that, that is what launches the virtual computer. You'll see this takes a little bit of time, and that's because that virtual computer has to boot up. It's actually a physical computer on Pratt's campus, and so it's turning it on, and it is turning on Rhino. So we will give it just a little bit of time, and then we should hopefully see it within the next minute or so open up. I will say, this is a new system, so there might be some glitches. We don't quite know yet. I think the tech team has worked super hard to make sure that this works as best as they can. But of course, with any untested tech, there might be some things. So if you're logging in and you're having problems, please let me know, but also please let IT know that the LaunchPad is having any kind of issues. We're just unsure what will happen with a couple 100 students all trying to open this at the same time, which could or could not happen. So, we ask you, and I ask you to be patient with it, but hopefully it works. It's working right now. You can see it here. What ends up happening is it launches this. You can see that it is asking me to sign into Google, and while it launches Rhino. And I think it's important that you guys sign into Google, sign into your Pratt, using your Pratt email address, and that will allow you to save the files that you make in Rhino here onto your Google Drive, and that way you can access them later. So I'm actually going to do that right now. So then I would do and see, after you do that, it asks you again. Now I'm logged into the file stream. And now I can also open okay. So you can see all this tabs and this information. That's great. And now you can see that in your on this PC, there's a My Drive, so that you can save your stuff to that place, and it will automatically save it to your drive. But you can also then see here that Rhino is now open, and essentially it's a full functioning version of Rhino, except it's running off of your browser. So everyone should be able to access this. It might be a little bit slower than it would be otherwise, but you can see here it's still working. I'm already built here something. I can start seeing it. I can pan, I can zoom. We'll talk a little bit more about how to do all of the Rhino things. But you can see that it's not the fastest thing. There's a tiny little bit of lag, but for all intents and purposes, it will work. So there you have it, LaunchPad, Rhino through LaunchPad. Let me know if you guys have any problems, but hopefully this helps. Thanks.